Hi, I'm Gina Spencer. Today I'm excited to share with you the Jabra PanaCast. You already know Jabra for their best-in-class professional audio solutions, including speakerphones and headsets. And now we have moved into the world of video cameras with the world's first 180-degree panoramic 4K plug-and-play video solution. I'm excited to share the opportunity there is for you. In the past, the enterprise would create a large conference room and spend a lot of money on equipment for rooms that only the C-level executives had access to. And to make matters even worse, that equipment was often difficult to use for someone that was not necessarily an IT professional. But nowadays, our workplace has changed quite a bit. We have dispersed teams working from different locations, and oftentimes the office itself is a very large open workspace, and it is sometimes separated by partitions, but oftentimes it isn't. And the complement for this large open workplace is a small meeting space that we refer to as a huddle space or a huddle room. It is estimated that the number of large conference rooms will continue to decrease while the number of huddle spaces will grow. In fact, it is already estimated that we've got about 32 to 50 million of these types of huddle spaces in the workplace today. But of all of the collaboration rooms that are in the workplace, less than 2% of those are currently video enabled. And there are a couple of good reasons for that. First off, the cost of the traditional conferencing equipment and contracts to use that legacy equipment could often be very expensive. And secondly, there's always been a limited field of view with what a traditional conference camera would bring to that space. In a traditional huddle space, which I'm showing you in this image, the table is pushed right up against the wall next to the display. A traditional camera would always leave people sitting right next to the wall or that outside of that field of view. Even with a wide angle lens, as I'm showing you in the image on the right, the two first chairs are still not going to be seen by anybody in the camera that's looking at that field of view. Enter the Jabra PanaCast, which you'll see the image on the left there, and now the entire space can be seen because we've actually developed all the core technology in the camera to synchronize, stitch, and optimize that video from an array of lenses. We're using three 13-megapixel cameras, overlapping the adjacent images and running algorithms, so what you'll end up seeing is one giant field of view. By doing this, we allow our customers to capture the cost of that valuable real estate that they've invested in and that they have for that space. And we've allowed them to include everyone into the conversation so that you can see the full picture and hear the full story. Now, Jabra has already been selling collaboration products, including headsets and speakers, to their customers. And we have a tremendous opportunity to introduce the Jabra PanaCast. We've already sold over 3 million Speak 710 devices, and now we have the perfect video complement for that same collaboration space. Now, I did speak earlier about the difficulty that some conferencing equipment could bring to an enterprise. Uber, which I'm sure you're all aware of, is a customer of ours, and they were an early adopter of our technology. In fact, you can see from the image on the bottom, that is a previous iteration of this camera. They preferred to use PanaCast. They've installed over 850 cameras worldwide, and they used approximately 52 million video minutes a year. They like the simplicity, and they've been able to collaborate while saving money on travel for their very large dispersed team. The setup is pretty simple. It uses a USB cable to connect to a computer, and then using your favorite conferencing platform, you simply select the PanaCast camera from the video settings, the same way that you would choose your audio device from the audio settings. Jabra PanaCast is currently certified with Microsoft Teams as well as the Zoom platform, but it is compatible with all video conferencing platforms, including Zoom, Skype, WebEx, BlueJeans, and more. And the Jabra PanaCast is also fully supported by our support team. They've been fully trained, and they are able to assist customers if they encounter any confusion. I'd like to just summarize the key selling points of the Jabra PanaCast, and then I will give you a quick video demonstration. First off, we have inclusive meetings. A state-of-the-art camera is providing a full 180-degree field of view using three 13-megapixel cameras, and it is providing a full panoramic 4K video. We have some intelligent video technology that is built into the camera. So I am going to demonstrate a couple of those for you once we come full screen, after I come out of the slide deck here. It is an instant collaboration device, meaning it is plug and play. It is operated using a USB 3 connection. So there is one cord connecting the camera to my computer, and that's pretty much it. And then the versatile compatibility, of course. It is going to work with all leading video conferencing platforms, currently certified with Microsoft Teams as well as Zoom, but it is compatible with all of the conferencing platforms. Not every provider has a certification program. The MSRP, as indicated on the slide here, is $895. That is the manufacturer's suggested retail price. I'm going to stop sharing the screen now and just let you see my video image. So what you're seeing here is that full 180-degree field of view that I talked about before. The way that we're accomplishing that is by using this device here. So you can see there are 3 13-megapixel cameras. It is a very, very small device. It fits in my hand. And just to compare it to my phone, I'm going to put it side by side. You can see it's quite small. So when you see the images that are in our collateral, it may appear to be bigger. Remember, it fits in your hand. It's quite small. It does have an embedded hinge here that allows for some flexibility. You can either put this on the back of a laptop or a display for mounting it, but it also has a standard 1/4-20 thread here, and we do have wall mounts available as well as table stands. Now about the 3 different cameras, I mentioned that it is 3 13-megapixel cameras. So what I'm going to do is bring my hands up close to the camera to show you exactly where those images are coming together. So when I bring my hands here, you will see, in fact, there are 3 different images coming together. And when I take my hands away and go back to the distance that's about 18 inches away, those seams are going to disappear. What it is enabling us to do is to take those 3 images, stitch them together, and give you a full 180-degree field of view. So I'm going to occupy that seat that we talked about in the earlier slide that is right next to that display. So I'm now standing next to the camera. I still have my eye gaze toward the display. So it would make for a very natural telepresence. But if I wanted to tuck my legs right under the desk here, I would actually be facing the wall where the television is. So I am able to get even a person sitting right next to the camera in this field of view. The field of view enables us to capture full real estate of your space. I'm going to now move into that intelligent features that I talked about. So the first thing I want to call your attention to is that I am just in a room in my home. And to give you a reference, this is about 20 feet wide from the pictures to the television and about 15 feet to the back. We're trying to capture that up close space. So the ideal place for positioning for this camera is going to be underneath your display, around 90 centimeters from the floor, so that it's right around eye or face level. And then we would like our participants to be from 18 inches to 12 feet away. 2 reasons for that. One is to make sure that they're not into that seam, into that stitch, but also within 12 feet away, we can take advantage of our intelligent capabilities. So one of those capabilities is going to be our Vivid HDR. So that's actively running on my camera right now. And what it is allowing me to do is to provide the best video experience under any lighting situation. So I'm just coming to you from a room in my house. I don't have any special lighting here. I'm just relying on the light that comes in from outside, and that light changes throughout the day. But what the Vivid HDR does is it continuously adjusts so that I get the best video experience, no matter what that lighting might look like. The next thing I'd like to show you is our intelligent zoom capability. So when I engage this feature, what you will see is that the camera zooms in on me. It is using a facial detection algorithm to locate where people are and adjust the field of view. It is not a speaker tracking device. It is actually looking for a human-like figure and then adjusting the field of view. So if I step outside of this field of view, the camera will locate me. And you'll see that it does take a little bit of time to make those adjustments. It's doing that so that I have time in case I were to move out of that space and move back. It would not be extremely distracting. But you can see that the camera will continually make those adjustments. And even though I haven't moved from the space once I move to the side, again now it looks like I am in the center of this video. So I'm going to come back to the middle. I'm going to turn that feature off, but I want to just make sure that you understand that it is, in fact, looking for a person in the field of view or people. And because the camera can see a full 180 degrees, it will make adjustments to include everyone. It is not going to track my speech or my audio. It's not tracking me specifically. That just looks that way because I'm the only person in the room. If there were other people here, it would open up and expand the field of view or narrow that field of view to just include the participants. So those are two features that can be enabled or disabled from our Jabra Direct software. The third feature, we don't have it available quite yet, but it will be available via a firmware update in Q2, is our intelligent whiteboard detection. And intelligent whiteboard detection will look for an existing whiteboard in your space and then pull that in as a separate stream of video content so that you can actually use that and share it with a team on a live call. And then our fourth feature, which will also be available to our customers, is our people detection and counting. So if our customers would like to collect the data for the number of people that are in the room, that can be tied in with a third-party vendor or even part of your room management device. And that would be something that would be handled with our development team at a different level. So for the summary, I just want to go over those 4 key points again. You get an inclusive 180-degree field of view. You get the intelligent technology already built in and enabled. We do have instant collaboration. I just have one single USB connection from the camera into the computer. And then you have the versatile compatibility of using any one of the conferencing platforms that your customer likes. So if they like Zoom today or they like Teams tomorrow, they can switch out that conferencing platform and just keep the same hardware and use it again. Thank you so much for your time today. As usual, please reach out to your Jabra resource at ScanSource at jabra@scansource.com. Thank you.